the Zambian government and the family of former President Edgar Lungu regarding the repatriation of his body to Zambia was adjourned this morning. Now, this followed the Lungu family's filing of an application seeking permission to make a direct appeal to the Constitutional Court, challenging the Pretoria High Court's ruling that the ordered repatriation of Lungu's remains for burial in Zambia. The case, originally scheduled for hearing last Friday in the High Court, was postponed to Monday. During a brief court appearance this morning, it was confirmed that the Lungu family has submitted the leave to appeal application to escalate the matter to the Constitutional Court. And for more reaction on this development, we are joined by Zambia ruling party, the United Party for National Development Media Director Mike Simuuwe. Mark, good afternoon and thank you for joining us on Africa Update.
Fine, thank you. Good afternoon.
Now, Mark, what is your reaction to the latest development or the latest delay in the repatriation case of the former late President Edgar Lungu? And, given that the Lungu family's application to appeal directly to the Constitutional Court?
Thank you very much. I should mention that to adjourn matters that are before the court is a normal legal process. And under the circumstances, you are aware that our understanding is that the Constitutional Court is more superior to the Appellate Court. And what normally happens as a general practice is that when there is an active matter that may affect the outcome of the inferior court, it is required that the inferior court adjourns until the matter at the superior court is heard and determined. So in our view, this is just a normal legal process that is supposed to be undertaken. As you may also have heard that this is out of the agreement from both parties that the two active matters should be looked at differently. You may wish to know that the first matter is at the appellate court, where the appellants are challenging the decision of the trial court, which ruled in favor of the Zambian government to repatriate the body to Zambia. And then the second part of it is an application to the Constitutional Court, which is also seeking, among other reliefs, the constitutional rights from the applicants. So in both cases, we anticipate that the matters will be heard and determined. I should further mention that in both cases, it is the Lungu family that have made these, filing in. So at the appellate court, they have appealed. At the Constitutional Court, they have actually made an application. And it's a normal legal process. I know that this is an issue that's protracted over a period of time. But then the interesting part is that the Zambian government continues to extend an olive branch to the former first family to engage so that this particular issue that has taken long can be buried once and for all. And we look forward to a time when both parties will agree to repatriate the body back to Zambia for burial.
Now, how do you think this ongoing legal dispute and delays are affecting the general public and the wider Zambian community, emotionally and politically?
I'm sure you're following what is being posted online. The general feeling of citizens in Zambia is that they are tired, they are fatigued. They are now asking so many questions which can only be answered by the bereaved family members. Part of the question that they're asking is that, is there anything that they do not know what they should know? That a matter of this nature should take this long? And where the ruling has been delivered in favor of the Republic of Zambia, they thought that it was going to bring everything to an end. So now they're asking all those questions as to what really is behind the entire, the procession. Is it something that will come to an end so soon? But where we stand, we look forward to a logical conclusion someday, with both parties agreeing that indeed it's important for us to give the former head of state a dignified send-off as a collective, not as separate entities. So basically, this is what we look forward to. Yeah.
Now, Mark, there have been reports in the media talking about negotiations or mediations between the Zambian government and the Lungu family over the weekend, this past weekend. Just shed some light on exactly what transpired. And there was hope that Monday morning would come and the appearance at the court would be just to inform the judges that an agreement has been reached. Just bring us into what exactly took place over the weekend.
Well, it would be premature for me to say anything at this stage, especially where both parties have not accepted to disclose anything to members of the public. We can only hope for the best through the engagement processes that are being undertaken behind the scene. So it would be obviously not ideal or proper for us to begin discussing what could be, part of the conversation and what stage the conversation is taking. So we still look forward to a more conclusive day when this thing must be brought to an end. But at this point, since nothing official has come from either side, it would be premature for us to talk about anything.
And just very quickly in wrapping up, what message do you have to for the people of Zambia who, as you've touched on, we've seen it on social media, the fact that there is a lot of fatigue, a lot of people are losing hope in terms of a resolution to this crisis, because we are calling it a crisis, in terms of Zambians who are eagerly awaiting closure on this matter. What do you believe they should hold on to?
Well, in the first place, because there are two approaches to this matter. The first one is the legal route, which is active in court, and we know that there's nothing that stays in court forever. It will be concluded. And secondly, it is the well-known fact that even if this particular matter is brought to an end in the courts of law, the repatriation should never take place to the exclusion of the former family. It is the wish of President Hakainde Hichilema and the government, as they have indicated, that even after this particular legal battle has come to a conclusion, there should be a platform for engagement to persuade the former first family to agree with government to go and bury former President Edgar Lungu. So message to the people of Zambia is to wait for the two processes to be concluded. I know that it's something that has dragged for many, many days. I'm sure there's no SADC country that has had this type of experience. It's the first time, and it is strange to the entire SADC region. A number of people, including those that are in the diaspora and those that are in the region, are waiting to see which course this particular matter takes. But I know that there is nothing that does not come to an end. Eventually, this will come to an end, and it is our anticipation that the conclusion is quickly realized, and we go back home to ensure that this particular issue is buried, and we begin to continue with our daily activities.
Well, Mark, we look forward to a decision being made, and hopefully we'll be able to speak to you then after to just get a perspective from whichever side is decided with regards to the burial of the late former President Edgar Lungu. Thank you for joining us on Africa Update.
Most appreciated. Thank you. Yeah.
That was Zambia's ruling party, the United Party for National Development Media Director Mark Simuuwe, joining us on the line.
Gender-based